Hey YouTube family. I know a lot of us have been snowed in the past week. It's February 19th, I think. I don't really keep up with the dates. But anyway, I hope everyone is safe. I know Texas got hit pretty bad, and prayers go out to them. I know their infrastructure isn't made for all of this, but sometimes Mother Nature just has other plans that we are not ready for. But I'm coming today to do a review on Judas and the Black Messiah. It took me a little while to get this because I have so many streaming services. I really just want to I have 5 streaming services now. It's crazy, but I'm a YouTuber. That's my job. I try to keep abreast of the newest things, and I've been waiting on Judas and the Black Messiah for a few months now. I'm glad it's out, and I just want to say, Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield deserve their flowers now. These two gentlemen have never failed to impress me with their acting, especially with Daniel Kaluuya being British and having to take on different American accents for his roles, because in Judas and the Black Messiah, he played Fred Hampton, and Fred Hampton was originally from the South and then went to Chicago, so he had a Southern accent. And I think he did a pretty good job comparing him to Fred Hampton. I can't say enough about how much I am so glad film has just gotten better, because there was a whole decade where it was just blah, what are y'all doing? It would drag for an hour, and then the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes would be action. I'm like, what? So I'm very proud with this. This was directed by a guy, I think it's a guy, named Shaka King. He also wrote the script, and somebody else co-wrote it with him. And, like I said before, this is inspired by true events. So every single thing that happened in the movie didn't necessarily happen in real life. So keep that in mind when you're making these videos about, well, this fact was left out or this fact wasn't right. Well, it's inspired by true events, okay? Inspired. So, I knew about Fred Hampton before this. The very first time I heard about Fred Hampton was on a Dead Prez CD. The song's called Behind Enemy Lines, and in the song, in the beginning, it talks about how Fred Hampton was assassinated June 4th, 1969, and then it goes on to talk about his son. The fact that Fred Hampton was so young, he was only 21, and a lot of the members of the Black Panther Party were very young, and I've always said, the youth lead the revolution. That's my opinion. I feel like it's also fact. Youth lead the revolution. If you look at any organization, any type of revolution that has happened in human history, they target the youth, because the youth have more of a optimistic view of the world. They have a more optimistic view of what they want to accomplish. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always a good thing, because, I feel like, the youth lead the revolution in all kinds of organizations, whether they're good or bad. But that's the fact. So, excuse me, the fact that this young man was 21 years old when he was assassinated. 21, man, it's you can't even fathom someone that age having that much of a positive influence on society. And, he was assassinated in 69. Here we are 52 years later talking about him. And it's a lot of times, I don't know if you noticed, but anytime you have someone who is a leader, I think D.L. Hughley was talking about this. He was basically saying that, anybody that leaves a revolution, they die young. Malcolm X was 30 something. Martin Luther King was 30 something. You don't see revolutionaries live to be old men most times. You just don't. And he died for his cause, and I was glad that he had a son to carry on his legacy of him. So as far as the movie's concerned, when I'm watching movies, I look at everything. I look at how it's written. I look at the shots they chose to take. I look at the lighting, all that acting, everything. And this was definitely on point. It kept your attention. It showed Lakeith Stanfield's character was the one who pretty much sold out to the FBI and was the one that got Fred Hampton murdered. It showed the fact that he didn't know when they first were starting on this, he didn't know that they were going to kill Fred Hampton until later on. They thought that he just wanted him in jail, and so when he went to jail, they were like, okay, well, he's in jail, what's up, I'm done. They're like, no, they wanted to kill him, they wanted to end him. He was actually arranging a rainbow coalition. He was like, look, we'll have white people, we'll have Puerto Ricans, we'll have everybody together to go against this system. Because if we're all together, we're a much powerful force. So they didn't want that. And I believe everything about the government, FBI, having him murdered. I feel like it happens. You get people in desperate situations where they're like, damn, I need some money, I need to make ends meet. And they're like, they come to you, okay, well, you can make ends meet if you, send this person out for us. And it's sad, but his death in this movie highlighting his career as a Black Panther definitely gives the idea to people that a much deeper view about the Black Panthers. Because when you think about the Black Panthers, you think about like, oh, they got these black dudes with guns and berets, but it's like they were the first ones to have feeding children for free. He was wanting to set up a medical thing. It was mainly about, when the Black Panther started, it was mainly about police protection against the police brutality, and uplifting your own. And it's funny because if you fast forward to now, Black Lives Matter, people get mad like, Black Lives Matter, well, all lives matter. We're just saying our lives matter. Why do you feel like that means that we're saying everybody else doesn't matter? We're saying our lives matter too. And I feel like as an African American, it's just one of those things where if you're not in my shoes, you're just not going to get it. But I would like to just give a shout out. Whoever cast this, I love it. They had, like I said, Daniel Kaluuya playing Fred Hampton, Lakeith Stanfield playing Bill O'Neill, the snitch, the informant. You had Algie Smith, who was in the New Edition movie, playing in it. You also had the man, I don't know his name. I follow him and everything on Instagram. Don't know his name by heart, but he played in Moonlight, and he also played in the Wu-Tang Clan story on Hulu. He was in it. The young lady that played in that movie on Netflix with Jamie Foxx, Project something. She did a phenomenal job. She played Fred Hampton's girlfriend in the movie, and who ultimately ended up bearing his son that was able to carry his legacy. So, even though I have a bunch of subscriptions, I will say that was a good investment, $14.99. HBO Max. They actually have a deal now. If you prepay for 6 months, it's like $69, which is a good deal because 6 months regular pay is like $90, so it slashes off like $30 for you. But anyway, yeah, I will be doing some more Flowers review because I just feel like Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield, even though they are getting recognition, it's like, man, they deserve their roses now. I am so thrilled where Black Hollywood is headed right now. I just love it. I haven't been this excited about film in years, so I'm very happy about it. Also, I am a writer. I write screenplays, so be looking out. I will let you know like when I have like screenplays in production and everything like that. So, anyways, everybody, please be safe in the snowy weather. Hopefully, it should be ending soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all of that down below for me. Help your girl out. As always, peace and blessings to you, and y'all have a good day.